Hello everyone. In this video, we will talk about Mooc courses week 1. So let's get started. What is important in English pronunciation? So firstly, we see a video of two women talking with each other. In this video, we see a woman whose mother tongue is English. She thinks that for teaching English in the best way, she had to learn English as a foreign language, but I think she is wrong. Because after a while, people get used to each other's accents. So if she waits patiently, the problem will be solved. With the second video named Introduction to Week 1, we see that there are many accents. Things like where you live, where you was born, etc. has a great effect on your accent. And by your accent, people can have an idea about you very quickly. So if your accent is not so understandable, people may perceive you as dangerous or untrustful. Accent is important, but the main thing we should focus on is mutual understanding. People can understand each other with bad accents too. It will be harder to communicate, but you will manage after a while. To sum up, the first thing we should focus on is to communicate, but also accent's importance can't be ignored. Let's take a look at the words we have learned from this course. Intelligibility. It's about your speech's understandability. Credibility. It's how people perceive you from your accent and understandability. For example, if you can pronounce words correctly, people will think that, oh, she's very trustful. But if you pronounce words in a very bad way, and your accent is not understandable, people will think that you are dangerous. Identity. It's about the way you talk English, British accent, American accent, etc. Pronunciation goals. It's about improving your English to not to deal with racism, prejudice, etc. If you have a more understandable accent, you will look more professional and people think that you are more trustful. A quote. It's about understanding the word's meaning from the context. For example, you say, I am very happy today. I smile a lot. If you know the smile word's meaning, but if you don't know the word happy, you can still understand the meaning because you know the smiling's meaning. So you understand the word's meaning from the context. Outsourced movie trailer. From this trailer, we can say that the most important thing in speaking is mutual understanding. So we have a movie trailer from a movie named Outsourced. In this trailer, there's a man who is speaking English very well, and he goes to India to teach English to Indian people. But after going to India, he thinks that people's accent is very bad and he doesn't want to stay there because he thinks that their accent is too bad and it's an obstacle for understanding. But after a while, he falls in love with with an Indian girl, and he understands that the main thing we should focus on is mutual understanding. Of course, accent is important too, but it's not the main thing we should focus on. Setting personal goals regarding English pronunciation. With the help of this course, I want to improve my pronunciation skills. Also, I want to speak more academically. Our second topic, rhoticity and non-rhoticity. The first one is rhoticity. You can clearly hear R letter. It is easier to differentiate the words. Non-rhoticity. You can hear R letter clearly. Sometimes you can mistake words because of the pronunciation. Rhotic accent is the oldest form. Non-rhotic accent came into existence after rhotic accent. Let's learn when and how non-rhotic accent came into existence. In the 17th century, the first settlements took place in the US. English language's natural form is rhotic, and also because of the influence of Irish and Scottish settlers had a great effect on language too. That's why people from US speak English in a rhotic accent. In 18th century, around the time of the American Revolution, our letter lost in the southeast of England. According to John Algeo, in the Cambridge History of the English Language, Cambridge University Press 2001, this shift occurred because people of low birth rank who had become wealthy during the Industrial Revolution were seeking ways to distinguish themselves from other commoners. They cultivated the prestigious non-rhotic pronunciation in order to demonstrate their new upper-class status. From the 19th century, the southern hemisphere is settled. The southern hemisphere is far from the places in which rhotic accents are spoken. So that's why countries from southern hemisphere speak in non-rhotic accent. For example, Australia accent is a non-rhotic accent because it's from the southern hemisphere and it's far from the places in which rhotic accents are spoken. For example, United States of America. Let's take a look at some examples from words, rhotic and non-rhotic. In rhotic accents, we pronounce these words as right, far, hard, and are. But in non-rhotic, two words are pronounced in a different way, far and hot. Right and are still the same. You can clearly hear and see the difference. The R letter is not pronounced in here and here. So that's the main difference. Sometimes in non-rhotic accent, you can tell the difference between two words. For example, rhotical and non-rhotical. In rhotical accent, you pronounce two words in these two words differently, floor and flow. But in non-rhotical, you pronounce both as flow. So it's difficult to understand which one is which one. The other example, pour and pow. You pronounce them in a different way in rhotical, but in non-rhotical, you say pow for both of them. Rhotic accent, for example, American accent, source and sauce. Non-rhotic accent, for example, British accent, sauce for both of them. If you want to speak English in a neutral, personal, and clear way, you can choose rhotic accents. For example, dialects of Southwest England, Scotland, Ireland, and most of the United States and Canada. If you want to speak in a more characteristic way, you can choose non-rhotic accents. For example, most of the dialects of modern England, Wales, Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you learned some new things. See you.